Hello, listeners. This is the 19th continuing video of Mahabharat audio series. This video will be regarding chapter number 19, Jarasandha. So let's begin with the chapter. The Pandavas ruled Indraprasth in all glory. Those who surrounded Yudhishthir urged him to perform the Rajsuya sacrifice and assume the title of emperor. It is evident that imperialism had an irresistible glamour even in those days. Yudhishthir sought Sri Krishna's advice in this matter. When Krishna learned that Dharmaputra desired to see him, he set out in the chariot, harnessed with swift horses, and reached Indraprasth. Yudhishthir said, "My people urge me to perform Rajsuya, but as you know, only he who can secure the respect and allegiance of all kings can perform that sacrifice and win the status of emperor. Advise me. You are not among those whose affection makes them blind and partial, nor are you one of those who advise in pleas and whose counsel is pleasant rather than true or wholesome." Krishna replied, "Quite so. And that is why you cannot be emperor while the mighty Jarasandha of Magadha is alive and unconquered. He has conquered many kings and holds them in subjection. All the Kshatriyas, including the redoubtable Shishupal himself, are afraid of his powers and are submissive to him. Have you not heard of the wicked Kams, the son of Ugrasena? After he had become the son-in-law and ally of Jarasandha, I and my people attacked Jarasandha. After 3 years of continuous fighting, we had to acknowledge defeat and we left Mathura and moved to Dwarka in the west and built a new city where we are living in peace and plenty. Even if Duryodhan, Karn, and others do not object to your assuming the title of emperor, Jarasandha will certainly oppose it, and the only way to overcome his opposition is to defeat and kill him. You can then not only perform the Rajsuya, but also rescue and win the adherence of the kings who languish in his presence." At these words of Krishna, Yudhishthir said, "I agree, and I am but one of the many kings who rule their kingdoms with fairness and justice and lead happy and unambitious lives. It is mere vanity and waning glory to desire to become an emperor. Why should not a king rest satisfied with his own kingdom? So I shall give up this desire to be an emperor, and really the title has no temptations for me. It is my brothers who wish it. When you yourself are afraid of Jarasandha, what can we hope to do?" Bhim do not at all like the spirit of pusillanimous contentment. Bhim said, "Ambition is the noblest virtue of a king. What is the good of being strong if one does not know his own strength? I cannot reconcile myself to live a life of idle ease and contentment. He who casts off indolence and properly employs political means can conquer even those stronger than himself. Strength reinforced by stratagem will surely do much. What indeed cannot be accomplished by a combination of my physical strength, Krishna's wisdom, and Arjun's dexterity? We can conquer Jarasandha's might if we three join and set about it without doubts or fears." Krishna interposed, "Jarasandha should certainly be slain and fully deserves it. He has unjustly cast 86 princes in prison. He has planned to immolate 100 kings and is waiting to lay hold of 14 more. If Bhim and Arjun agree, I shall accompany them, and together we will slay that king by stratagem and set free the imprisoned princes. I like this suggestion. Yudhishthir was not pleased with his advice. He said, "This may really mean sacrificing Bhim and Arjun, who are to me as my two eyes, merely to gratify a vain desire to be an emperor. I do not like to send them on the dangerous errand. It seems to me far better to give up the idea altogether." Arjun said, "What is the use of us of an existence without heroic deeds? Born as we are of an illustrious line, a Kshatriya, though endowed with all other good qualities, will not become famous if he does not exert himself. Enthusiasm is the mother of success. We can seize fortune if we do our duties energetically. Even a powerful man may fail it through lassitude. He does not employ the means he has. Failure is due, in the vast majority of cases, to ignorance of one's own strength. We know we are strong, and we are not afraid of using our strength to the utmost. Why should Yudhishthira suppose that we are incapable of this? When we have become old, it will be time to assume the arch robe, resort to the forest, and pass the rest of our days in penance and austerities. Now we should lead strenuous lives and do heroic deeds worthy of the traditions of our race." Krishna was delighted to hear these words and said, "What else can Arjun, born of Kunti in the Bharat race, advise? Death comes to all, the hero as well as the sluggard. But the noblest duty of a Kshatriya is to be true to his race and faith, and overcoming his foes in righteous battle to win glory." Finally, Yudhishthira assented to the unanimous opinion that their duty lay in slaying Jarasandha. This conversation has a curiously modern ring about it and shows that powerful men in ancient days used very much the same specious reasoning as now. Chapter 19, Jarasandha, finishes here. Keep listening Mahabharat audio series in the next videos.